Hello and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and today's episode is going to be very exciting. We're starting something new, something practical, something you can use right away, the 5-day English Speaking Challenge.
Yes, and trust me, this isn't just another list of tips. This is a challenge you can actually follow step by step. Each day, you will have one simple speaking task, and by the end of these 5 days, you'll notice real improvement in your fluency and confidence.
Exactly. The idea is to focus on small, easy-to-do speaking exercises that only take a few minutes a day, but give you the feeling that you're making progress.
And let's be honest, we all know how hard it can be to stay motivated when learning English. But when you break it into short, daily goals, it suddenly feels possible, even fun.
So here's how it works. We'll guide you through the challenge day by day. You'll hear examples, practice ideas, and tips to make your speaking smoother. And you can start today right after listening to this podcast.
By the way, if you want to get the most out of this challenge, don't just listen. Actually speak out loud with us when we give examples. Pretend we're in the same room having a conversation.
All right, let's get started with Day 1 Self-Introduction Practice. Before we jump into Day 1, Bill, I have to ask, have you ever joined a challenge before? Language-related or maybe something totally different?
Oh, definitely. Last year, I did a 30-day push-up challenge. The idea was simple. Do more push-ups every day. I started at 10 a day, and by the end, I was doing 40. My arms were sore, but it actually worked.
40 push-ups? Impressive. And that's a good example of how little daily actions can build up over time. The same thing happens with speaking English. Even a few minutes a day makes a big difference.
Exactly. The best part about challenges is that they give you a clear goal and a time limit. You're not just saying, I'll try to practice more. You're saying, I will do this for X days. And that keeps your brain focused.
Plus, it's kind of fun to see progress so quickly. I remember when I first started learning Spanish, I did a 7-day conversation challenge. I spoke for just 15 minutes a day, and by the end, I felt way more confident, even though my sentences weren't perfect.
That's the thing, you don't need perfection to feel improvement. You just need to speak more. And that's exactly what our listeners will do in this 5-day challenge.
Right. So, if you're listening right now, here's the good news: you don't need hours of free time, you don't need expensive classes, and you don't need to be ready. You can start exactly where you are.
And starting today, we're going to give you one simple task every day. You'll practice, you'll speak, and you'll grow. By day 5, you'll be amazed at how much more natural English feels.
All right, enough talking about the challenge, let's begin. Day 1 is all about something everyone needs to know how to do: introducing yourself. Before we jump into the day-by-day guide, let's talk about why this 5-day speaking challenge actually works. Because, Bill, you know this isn't just some random set of activities.
Right? There's a real method behind it. The idea is simple. When you focus on one small specific skill each day, you reduce overwhelm. You're not thinking, oh no, I have to learn everything at once. You're thinking, today I'm just practicing this one thing.
Exactly. And here's the cool part: speaking a language is like training a muscle. If you do it every day, even for just 15 to 20 minutes, you start building speaking stamina. Your brain begins to respond faster, your mouth forms words more easily, and your confidence grows.
Plus, a short challenge like this gives you an instant sense of achievement. 5 days isn't too long, so you're less likely to quit. But it's long enough to notice changes like speaking more without translating in your head.
Yes, And for many learners, the hardest part is just starting. A challenge removes that question of what should I practice today, because we tell you exactly what to do each day.
And it's practical too. We're not asking you to memorize long vocabulary lists or read grammar books for hours. We're giving you speaking activities that you can do anywhere in your bedroom, while walking, even in the kitchen.
Here's another benefit. By practicing different speaking skills each day, introductions, descriptions, routines, stories, and opinions, you're covering the main situations you actually face in real conversations.
And that's the whole point. Real speaking. Real life. By the time you finish, you'll have practiced the 5 most common ways we use English every day.
So now that you know the why behind the challenge, let's start with day 1, self-introduction practice, something you'll use in almost every conversation you have in English. Let's start with day 1, self-introduction practice. This is the easiest place to begin because you already know all the answers. It's about you.
Right. You just have to put those answers into simple English sentences. For example, "Hi, my name is Bill. I'm from New York. I'm an English teacher, and in my free time I enjoy cooking and hiking simple, clear, friendly."
And here's your task for today. Write down 4 to 5 sentences about yourself, then say them out loud 3 times. First slowly, then a little faster each time. And bonus tip, record yourself on your phone so you can hear how you sound.
Remember, the goal today is confidence, not perfection. Just relax and enjoy speaking about yourself.
On day 2, we're moving from talking about yourself to describing what's around you. This builds your vocabulary and helps you think in English in real time.
You can start simple. Look around the room and describe what you see. There is a wooden table in the middle. There are 3 chairs around it. The walls are light blue.
Exactly. And you can make it more detailed by adding size, shape, and position. There's a tall bookshelf in the corner filled with books. Next to the window, there's a small plant in a white pot.
Your challenge today: choose one room or space and describe at least 5 things in it. Use "there is" or "there are," plus adjectives like big, small, colorful, old, new. Try not to translate, just speak as you look.
Day 3 is about your daily routine, something you probably talk about often in real life.
Yes, and this is a great chance to practice linking ideas together. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m., then I have breakfast and check my emails. After that, I go to work. In the evening, I cook dinner and watch TV.
Notice the time connectors. Then, after that, in the evening. These make your speech smoother and more natural.
Your challenge today: explain your day from morning to night. Try to use at least 3 time connectors and say it in one continuous flow, no long pauses.
Day 4 is a bit more creative storytelling. Here you pick a short personal story and tell it in English.
It could be something funny, something surprising, or just a small moment from your life. For example, last weekend, I went to the park. I saw a man playing guitar, and suddenly it started raining. Everyone ran for cover, but he kept playing under a tree. It was amazing.
Stories are powerful because they help you practice past tense verbs went, saw, started, kept, and they make you sound more interesting in conversation.
Your challenge today: think of a short story, maybe from the last week, and tell it using past tense verbs. Keep it under 1 minute, but make it colorful with details.
Finally, day 5 is about expressing opinions, sharing what you think and feel about a topic.
This is important because real conversations aren't just facts. They're also about ideas. For example, I think learning English online is more convenient than in a classroom. Or, in my opinion, reading is the best way to relax.
You can also learn phrases to agree or disagree politely. I agree with you or I see your point, but I think.
Your challenge today: choose one topic: food, travel, technology, movies, and say 3 sentences sharing your opinion. Try to use the phrases "I think" or "in my opinion" at least once.
And there you have it, 5 days, 5 clear speaking tasks that will boost your confidence and fluency.
Remember, the key is to actually do them. Speaking out loud is what turns this from just listening to real improvement.
All right, Bill, before we wrap up, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make during speaking challenges so our listeners can avoid them.
Great idea! The first mistake I see is people worrying too much about making mistakes. They hesitate or even stop speaking because they're afraid of sounding wrong.
Yes, and that's a big problem because it blocks your practice. Remember, mistakes are part of learning. The goal is communication, not perfection.
Exactly. Another mistake is speaking too fast or too slow. Some learners rush because they're nervous and end up jumbling words. Others speak very slowly and lose their natural rhythm. Saritworn.
So the best advice is to speak at a comfortable pace, not too fast, not too slow, and focus on clear pronunciation. It's okay to pause to think, but try not to stop completely.
Also, some people get stuck trying to translate word for word from their native language. That causes awkward sentences and hesitation.
Right. Instead, try to think in English as much as possible during the challenge. Use simple words and phrases you already know.
And finally, skipping practice days is a big mistake. It's tempting to skip when you're busy or tired, but consistency is key to building your speaking muscles.
So, our listeners, be kind to yourself, keep a steady pace, and remember, progress comes with practice, not perfection. All right, Bill, we've covered a lot today. Before we say goodbye, let's share some final motivation for our listeners taking this challenge.
Absolutely, Sarah. I want everyone listening to remember this. The most important step is starting. No matter your level, just start speaking. Don't wait until you feel ready, because that moment might never come.
Yes, and don't worry if it feels hard at first. Like any new skill, speaking English gets easier with practice. Every time you speak, you're improving your brain's connection to the language.
And celebrate your small wins. Maybe you spoke for 1 minute today without stopping, or used a new phrase. That's progress, and it's worth being proud of.
Also, try to make your practice fun. Use topics you love, talk about your day, or imagine you're chatting with a friend. The more enjoyable it is, the more you'll want to keep going.
And finally, remember, consistency beats intensity. It's better to practice a little every day than to do a lot once and then stop.
Exactly. So take this 5-day challenge seriously, but also enjoy the journey. You're building a skill that opens doors to new people, places, and opportunities.
Thanks for joining us today, and good luck with your 5-day English speaking challenge. We can't wait to hear about your progress.
Keep speaking, keep growing. That's it for today's episode. We hope you're excited to start the 5-day English speaking challenge and practice every day.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the English Learning Podcast so you won't miss any future episodes.
And if you want, share your progress or questions with us in the comments or on social media. We love hearing from you.
Also, feel free to replay this episode anytime. During the challenge, it's your guide to help you stay on track.
Thanks for listening, and remember, every word you speak is a step closer to fluency. See you next time.
Good luck, everyone. Keep speaking and keep growing.